Thank you, and welcome. My special guest is, quite simply, special. He's the greatest spin bowler of them all. Some will go further and declare him the greatest cricketer to have played the game. And that assessment would accommodate his gift as an entertainer as much as his skill as a bowler. What we saw in the manner of his farewell at Melbourne and Sydney, in the relationship with his audience, was as much to do with joy given as wickets taken. From the moment he bemused Mike Gattin 14 years ago, he dominated the game with his mesmeric talent as a cricketer, and his almost barbaric competitive streak, and his priceless ability to attract people to the game who normally wouldn't bother. He's box office, the undisputed superstar of his sport. He's also a controversial figure, beloved by the tabloids who chronicle his peccadillos, bringing joy to the critics and despair to his friends. However, since his retirement, even his critics have been forced to concede they're going to miss him. And so will we all, and for a long time, because if we see his like again, we'll be very lucky. Fact is, he's unique, he's irreplaceable. Ladies and gentlemen, Shane Warne. The hot seat.
The hot seat's right here, mate.
You can safely assume you're among friends, I think. Isn't that? Yeah. I mean, that's the reminder, you know, of the kind of scenes we saw at the SCG and the MCG, and the way you played the game as well, the way you bowled at Adelaide, the way you bowled at Melbourne, the way you battered at Sydney.
Thank you.
I mean, we'd find it incomprehensible that you should actually even be thinking about leaving the sport when there's so much more there for us to enjoy.
Oh, first of all, thanks for having me, Michael. I think the cricket side of things, a lot of people said when you get to an age, you'll know when it's time to retire, and I didn't really get that. And a lot of people that have retired or haven't had the opportunity to retire, but they all said you'll still know when it's the right time. And I never got that, as I've said publicly before, but I did, and I just knew it was my time. And I think since I've announced I've retired, I've just gone out and had fun. And I think that's shown...
Did you feel a great release, did you?
Yeah, I did. I just felt excited. You know, I just felt happy. And a lot of people said it's the end. To me, it's not the end. To me, it's the beginning of something else.
But who were you listening to when you decided to make that decision? Your mind or your body?
My body's been telling me it's time to go for a while. But I've managed... I think that's one of the things I'm proud of, is to get through. There hasn't been too many games in the last... I don't know, 5 or 10 years. I've had, I think, 5 or 6 pretty major operations on my shoulder. I've dislocated my shoulder, my spinning finger that's sort of still crooked, my knees, those types of things. So to keep coming back from those takes its toll. The physiotherapy, the mental side to overcome that, when you can't actually spin a ball and you actually got to work through the process of getting your action right and things like that. That takes a lot of work. And just the expectations that you're going to be okay and come out and spin it all the time and knock people over. So that takes its toll on for a while. And as I said before, I knew it was time. I feel great that I've retired, and I'm looking forward to what the future holds.
When you talk about the future, there's all kinds of speculation, of course, so let's get up to date with it. One is you're going to coach England. Would that be true?
Yeah,
what are you laughing at?
I've heard that as well. I think at the moment for me, it's just, let's just go away with a holiday with my children, weigh up what the future holds, look at what's come in and say, with my people, and say, OK, what have we got on offer? What do I want to do? And work all that out. At the moment, I just want to be a dad with my kids and go and have a swim with those guys and just sit around and do nothing for a few weeks.
But you wouldn't rule it out?
I wouldn't rule anything out. I'm open to any suggestion, anything. As I said, I'll weigh it all up. I'll look at what's on offer. I'll work out what I actually want to do. I'd like to think that I'm in a position where hopefully there's some things on offer that, whether it be business or still related to cricket, which I love, or something else from left field that I haven't even thought of. Yeah. Whether it be radio, TV, commentary, all those different types of things.
I think TV's a given. I mean,
well, I don't know, but is that what I want to do? I'm not sure. Over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to work that out and really try and think about it and say, well, what do I actually want to do? And can I do that? So that's exciting.
Then there's all the speculation, too, about you and Simone. Pictures of you and Jamie Packer's yacht there, having breakfast. Tell me, does she like spaghetti rings as much as you do for breakfast?
Well, she didn't want me to have baked beans in the morning. That might have been a long boat trip. But look, Simone and I, we've been obviously through a lot Majority of it being my fault. But we're still friends. We still live together. We've got 3 children together. It's very strange that you're divorced and all the paperwork's gone through. It's official.
Odd. I mean,
and we still sort of live together.
Why get divorced in the first place?
We had to, I think, because I think we had to realise did we both want each other? Did we both want to get back with each other? What do we actually want? At that stage, some of the things that I've done, for me, the mistakes I've made, which I'm not proud of, but, you know, look, it shows I'm human and I make mistakes, and I'll probably make some more in the future as well. But that's happened. There's no use regretting what's happened. There's no use, you can't change it. So you just got to live with it and try and deal with it. And we have to work out whether we can forgive, forget, whether we do want to move on together, all those different types of things. But at the moment, we wake up and our children are still there. We're very lucky that we've got 3 beautiful children. We're still very good friends, and we've been through a lot together. She's supported me through 15 or 16 years of international cricket. And
a lot more besides.
Yeah, and all that, but everything, the whole package.
Sure.
And, you know, when I've come home and been smashed around on the park, and I'd, you know, curse and swear and all those sorts of things, should be there and say, look, it's a silly game, don't worry about it. And we'll talk about something else.
But again, I mean, is there a possibility you might get together again? You might remarry?
Oh, not sure. I honestly don't know.
So you don't rule it out?
I haven't ruled out getting back together, but we both have to work out if that's what we want. Sure. I don't think we want to get back for the wrong reasons. As I said, we've got 3 beautiful children together, but we've got to get back because we both want to. And that, I suppose, only time can tell. And we'll see. Let's
look back on this career of yours now, because did you want to be famous when you were a young kid?
I never thought about being famous, no. It was good fun for about 10 days or maybe a couple of months, but it sort of wore off pretty quick.
What sort of a background was it you came from? A sort of loving family background? It seems to be reading the research on you.
Yeah, I was very lucky. I've had some... my mum and dad have been together for a long time. I had a brother, my brother Jason, and I think a lot of my competitive juices, which I'm very, very competitive, as I'm sure you're well aware, Michael, but... I mean, my brother and I were playing football in the backyard. That's Australian rules football. Or cricket. You know, it got to the stage where he shot a spear gun at me.
Why?
Well, he thought he was out. I thought he was out. He didn't. And so, as usual, the umpire went with him. It's, so we had plenty of... I mean, there was times when he got bigger and stronger. Because he's younger than I am. When I used to... You know, belt him up most of the times when we had our wrestles, as you do as brothers, and I used to win. And then when he got older and got a bit stronger and bigger and was playing Australian rules football, he got quite big, and we used to muck around. And one day I remember him having his knees pinned my arms down like that. And he sort of sat above me like this. And I said, you haven't got it. Come on, mate, you haven't got it. And suddenly went whack, hit me straight on the nose. And look, we get along fine. No, look, we love each other. He's been fantastic.
For a while,
yeah, he was, and he's been a wonderful support. It hasn't been easy for him too. He was a sportsman as well. So I suppose to see your brother reach heights that I've reached, it's not very easy for him. So it's been tough for him. And one of the reasons he was my manager for a while and did an excellent job, but one of the reasons he sort of got away from that is that we want to be brothers. And there's a lot of business stuff that goes on that I mightn't agree with him and he mightn't agree with me. And he mightn't quite know exactly, but together we generally work it out. But it was time for us to be brothers, and I knew the end wasn't that far away, so it was time for us to be brothers and not spoil that friendship.
It's also too, I mean, apart from the being hit with a spear gun and that sort of thing, that beaten up by a brother, you had a kind of accident-prone childhood too, didn't you? Tell us a story about the boomerang. I love this story.